only mode.
To my friends on the East Coast and in the Central Time Zone, good afternoon. For those of you that are with me out here on the Mountain Time Zone or in the Pacific, good morning. Can you really generate sales leads using social media? Well, I'm Brian Offenberger, and obviously I think you can. That's why we've titled today's webinar 15 Ways You Can Generate Sales and Sales Leads Using Social Media, and I'm going to walk you through how we can do that. For the first time ever, we have 3 different marketing agencies that we own. One is called Aftermarketer Club for the automotive industry. The other is Security Selling that specializes in the electronic security industry. And the third is Right On No Bull Marketing that specializes in helping small businesses. This topic that we're discussing today, and many of you don't know this, but we run different webinars throughout the course of a month for each of these companies. The particular topic that we're talking about today pertains to all 3. And because of that, for the first time ever, we have all of you together. That's why some of you are seeing our Right On No Bull Marketing branding that you see there. We're going to be doing today's material under this slide set. Want to let you know if you have any questions, there's a chat window. Please use the chat window that's part of this software. You can type in any questions that you may have. My objective is for you to get the information that you were looking for when you decided to come to the webinar. A good way that I can ensure that I do that is by you asking questions within that chat window. We'll be monitoring them throughout today's webinar, and I'll be answering those questions as I go along. I also want to let you know that we are recording today's session, and we will be making it available free. All attendees will get an email tomorrow that will let you know how you can access the material that we cover today. So with all of our housekeeping taken care of, let's address what are we going to cover, and that's how can we get sales leads from social media. Now, I'm not going to throw a lot of statistics out at you, but I do want to point out a few that I think are very, very important and relevant. And there was a recent study done by Gartner Research that's been given a lot of credence in my industry's mind, and there were 3 findings that I thought were very, very revealing that you see there on the screen. The fact of the matter is that right now social media drives a lot of business that we may not be aware of, and I want to make sure that you are by the time we end this call. And 2, where things are trending, the shopping behaviors and patterns of your customers, where they're trending is going to have phenomenal impacts on you in years to come, and very, very quickly. You know, we're in 2013, and I think we're still early enough that I can wish everybody a Happy New Year. So with that said, you know, we're going to be looking at what are we doing not only this year, but what are we doing in the other upcoming years for our business. And social media will continue to drive actual sales and actual leads. And I want to work you through today what you need to be doing, how you can be applying best practice concepts and principles in your business so that you tap into that. So I'm going to go through 15 specific ways that you can generate leads using social media. Let's talk about the first one, the one that's most important, or not most important, but very, very important, and that's this. I'm sure you're probably aware, and I want you to think about your own behavior, but people follow you and pay attention to you on social media. Let's take a look at Facebook. You know, survey after survey says that the reason people will follow you and engage you on Facebook is because they want deals. They want specials. And you as a marketer, you know, you want to do that. You want to offer these people special fan-only deals and that kind of thing, because stop and think about it. If you run an automotive repair shop, you want people in doing oil changes at least 4 times a year, right? All of us want that. Well, what do we do now? A traditional automotive repair shop, what they're going to do is they're going to send out direct mail coupons. They're going to send out an email newsletter. They're going to maybe try text messaging if they're a little bit more progressive. And although those could be affordable and effective options, let's look at Facebook. You know, Facebook right now, they're not charging you to provide promotions to your fans on the Facebook page. You take a look at a company like MyFitFoods. What they do is they do natural meals, you know, organic meals that are prepared, that are fresh. And if you have an active, busy lifestyle, you can go buy them. And what they do, you see, they promote very, very heavily right on their website. Like them on Facebook, and you're going to get a $5 off coupon. And if you look even further, when you go to Facebook, you'll see the same thing. They offer that promotion to get a $5 off coupon on a meal, which could be even a free meal, depending upon what level you buy.
So fans-only specials are something that you should be popping out to your people on Facebook and doing it continually. It's the cheapest form of promotion that you can use to your existing account base right now, and it can be highly effective because they join you. Their expectation by joining you on Facebook is to be getting these kinds of specials, and it really makes sense when you think about it. Now, the next tip I'm going to share with you is one that is really, really, really cool. My friend Carl White refers to it as a ninja tip, a ninja tactic, and I'm going to bring it a little bit more to the forefront. There are tools. You see the brand names that are on the screen right now. There are tools that allow you to monitor conversations that are going on the Internet. Okay, there's some for Twitter. There's some like Social Mention that will be a little bit more broad-based and cover different channels like Facebook and Google and all of the publicly displayed channels. Google even has a free feature called Alerts. Now, what these things have in common is this, is I can go into these tools and I can define certain things. And by defining these certain things, anytime anything appears on the web about these topics, I'm going to be notified. So let me give you an example, a real-life example of something that's working fabulously through this targeted listening. And this is for a company called Foiled Cupcakes. Now, what Foiled Cupcakes does is exactly what you see there. They sell cupcakes, okay, and they have different target audiences that they do it to. They're in Chicago. That's all they do is market in the Chicago area. There was a neat feature about Foiled Cupcakes in Forbes magazine. They get over $30,000 a month in sales from Twitter. What the lady does is this, the lady that owns the business, she's got set up these alerts that track certain conversations. So someone within her market area, if they mention a wedding or a picnic or a church outing or anything along that line, this lady doesn't advertise to them and doesn't start to promote to them. She starts to engage them in a conversation. She might send a tweet, oh, having a wedding, here's something in the Chicagoland area that might help you select a wedding designer, or something along that line. Anyway, over $30,000 a month this lady's getting from simply monitoring conversations that are occurring online. Let me give you another example. Let's say you run a restaurant that's near a movie theater. Well, you can set up alert tools that track on Twitter or Facebook or anything along that line, but Twitter might be a really good particular channel for this situation. What you could do is set self up anytime anybody mentions going to a movie on Twitter, your software will track that for you. It will let you know that. And if I'm a restaurant, I might just sit back and respond and say, hey, I'm Brian. I'm on Twitter as well. I saw you guys were going to a movie. I own a restaurant. Here's a coupon if you guys want to come in after the movie and check us out. Kind of simple. It's amazing what you can do. Stay with me. I'm getting lots of questions coming in. I must be hitting a lot of light bulbs. But, yes, there's lots and lots and lots of this you can that you can do that with, okay? And, yeah, I'll show you some B2B examples. Thank you for your question. I'll be able to try to get to some B2B examples without, okay? I did just give 2 B2C examples of Foiled Cupcakes as well as a movie theater. I'm going to give you some B2B examples as we go a little bit further along. Okay, let's go to my third way. Third thing you can do to generate leads through social media. And here's right now, you led me right into it, but let's talk about what you can do to generate leads using social media through this thing called LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a really valuable thing because it's got things called groups. And what groups are like online trade associations is a nice way you can think about it. There's groups for almost every topic. And let me give you an example of a B2B seller. We have an auto repair shop software company. What they do is they create, they have management software for auto shops, repair shops, tire shops, and fleet operators. And what they do is this, is obviously people that are on repair shops and all that, they belong to trade associations, and those trade associations have groups on LinkedIn. They also belong to other relevant groups on LinkedIn. And so what this little auto repair software shop does is a couple of times a month they write an article, and they write an article that helps repair shop owners run their shop. It's not about software. It's not an ad. They write things like 5 easy ways to improve customer wait time experience, 7 ways to get more new customers in your shop. They write things that are relevant to a shop operator, not an ad. And then what they do, this content that they write, they promote it within relevant groups on LinkedIn. Now, I know many of you that are on this call that are B2B sellers sell to certain vertical markets. Now, the basic concept behind what I'm explaining to you is actually called inbound marketing. And it's really basically pretty simple. What inbound marketing is it revolves around the premise that your audience has these conversations in their mind about what they're doing with their business, how to become better, how to solve a business problem. You know, the kinds of mental conversations you have with yourself when you're driving to work and driving home at night. Well, your audience does the same thing. So if you start to create and then promote within these LinkedIn groups relevant content, then your audience becomes aware of who you are. They view you as an expert that is able to solve problems, not as a vendor there peddling a product. And when they need you, they come to you. That gives you higher margins. It gives you better close rates, all sorts of things. Now, keep in mind the example that I used of the auto repair shop software company. Again, they're not creating content about software and how much you need it and why their stuff is so good. That's not what they're doing. What they're doing is this. They're providing material to their audience that helps the shop owner get more customers, deal with employees more effectively, all of those types of issues. They're positioning themselves as someone that understands the business, that's someone that's there to help a shop owner, and they're doing it free via LinkedIn groups. All that has to happen is to create the content. Neat little way to use social media. Many of you are probably aware you can advertise on Facebook, and that's an example of an ad that you see there. You can also do it on other social media channels like LinkedIn, YouTube, what have you. You know, again, let me give you a couple of approaches. If you're a B2B seller, all right, and you know 2 weeks from now that you have an appointment with a key account, you can go and set up targeted advertising that only goes to the people that you're meeting at that account, or it is only seen by key influencers within that organization. Costs you nothing to set it up aside from time, and the only time you pay for anything is if somebody clicks on the ad. And really, here's the reality. I want you to think about this for a minute, all right? Your organization, your company, okay? I don't know if I have anybody from Hellwig on here. Melanie, I know you're on a lot, so I'm going to use you as an example. But I'm at Hellwig, and I know that 2 weeks from now I have a big meeting with this commercial truck center in Florida. I know I have a huge meeting with them, and there are 5 people there that are key decision makers. Well, what I can do is I can have ads appear on their LinkedIn pages, and I can have ads appear on their Facebook pages. And what happens is this, is they're on social media for 2 weeks, and everywhere they go, they're seeing my ads. Boy, I really look important. I really look authoritative, so that when I come in to talk to them, boy, are they in a much different environment than they had been before. I can use targeted advertising just like any other forms of advertising. I can use it to generate leads and sales right now. So there's different things that I can do within the advertising realm within social media. These different things will help me make sales. It will help me get more leads. And yeah, Mary, thank you for asking. I am battling the flu like half the other country, which is why my voice sounds a little bit off. I hope you can all hear me clearly. Let's keep rocking and rolling. You don't have to worry. I'm not contagious over a webinar, okay? Now, here's another way you can develop leads using social media and make more sales, and that is there are targeted conversations. And again, I want to show you, participate in these conversations and follow these conversations. You'll be amazed at what happens with your leads and sales. within LinkedIn, they have this thing called Answers where people can ask questions. You can search by topics to find out what's been going on, and you'll be amazed at what kinds of questions that are asked there. People that are inquiring about vendors, people that are inquiring about how to solve problems that your solutions may take care of. All of those kinds of things occur within LinkedIn. Now, if you've done a good job and you paid attention to my slides earlier, I've told you there are tools and software you can use that will kind of track these things for you and bring them to your attention in the form of an alert. Okay? But LinkedIn Answers is a great thing, and then LinkedIn Groups. If you sell within vertical markets, there are groups that are pertaining to what you do. Right here you see automotive website marketing group. So if you're in the automotive industry and website marketing is important to you, there is a group that is devoted to that topic where you can exchange ideas and conversation and things along that line. Vertical industries have those as well. If you sell to hospital administrators and you sell document imaging solutions so you can turn them into a paperless environment, there's relevant groups on LinkedIn to those topics where administrators gather. Those kinds of conversations take place every day. Participate in the conversation. Don't go in there being a salesperson. Okay? Don't be the guy that comes to the party and in 5 minutes try to tell everybody your life story and how great you are. That doesn't work. What does work is being a human being, having conversations like a human being would have within these environments, and then when it's appropriate, letting people know that you can help them and you have ways and solutions around what it is they're looking for. Now, here's another thing. Not to pick on a company, but, you have several major competitors in most industries. Track their Facebook pages. You'll be amazed at what happens there. You get negative complaints that are posted on these Facebook pages, so simply reach out to the people that have left the negative complaints to see if you can help them. Not a real complex practice there. You see here, this guy has problems with a truck cap. And he's very detailed about what the problem is. And if you read further, he wasn't happy about how they tried to deal with it. So if I sell truck caps, I might want to reach out to this guy to see if I have another solution for him, huh? So your competitors' negative reviews on Yelp, negative reviews that are on their Facebook page. You can use tools to track this for you, or you can do very simple. If there are 3 or 4 major competitors in your market, take a look at their page every day and see what's going on. Promote good content. Right now, one of the slides that I showed you to start with shows that about 26% of all website traffic comes from Facebook. And you can leverage these kinds of things to your advantage. You can promote content so that people will engage with you further. You can use social media as an example to promote attending your webinar or to promote getting an ebook. And then these people get your ebook and they read about it. You give them good ideas and good approaches. And they think, wow, you're an expert. You know what you're doing. I want to talk with you. Here's an example of a screenshot from our company where we talk about 11 common marketing mistakes that most companies make. In exchange for that information, we ask for your email address and all of that so that we can then send you some more updates and information that you might find of value. So use social media to promote good content that these people can get from you on other channels. You're going to find that's going to help your leads and it's going to help your sales. Synergize your social media with other channels. Here's an example of something that appeared on a site, about a big furniture store sale and all of that. It was appearing on azcentral.com in my community. It was appearing on Facebook. Their big 25% off inventory sale. Okay? Now we're talking about how do I make more sales. I'm on Facebook. I'm advertising that I've got a 25% off entire inventory sale. Somebody clicks on my ad on Facebook, and this is the page they get. Do any of you see anything at all about a 25% off sale on that page? Do you see it there anywhere? Let me go back. Let me just make sure that we're all good here. We do this manually here. Let's get it back for you. Okay, here was our original page, 25% off our entire inventory, no interest if paid in full within 6 months. Then we go to this page and you don't see it anywhere. That's just a terrible sales practice. That's not doing the right kinds of things. You're spending the money to advertise on social media and other websites, and yet you take them to a crappy landing page that doesn't reinforce the offer. So again, my 8th tip for you in generating leads and sales from social media, please make sure you're synergizing it properly with your other channels. In this case, a particular website landing page has no ad promotion on it whatsoever. And you know, whether you guys know it or not, I can see you all nodding with me. You understand that's just not a good practice at all. Okay. Yes, I am recording this. Yes, we will be making copies available. You'll get an email from our office tomorrow that will let you know how to do that. Okay? Next, my 9th tip. We're talking 15 ways social media can make you sales or help you generate leads. Here's the next one. We call it a soft conversion. Here's the problem that we have as marketers. As marketers, we get all excited, man. We put a website up and we want everyone that comes to our website to buy stuff, or everyone that's on Facebook to like us and love us and refer us to their friends and come in our store and buy things, and that's what we want. The reality is that especially on a website, when you bring someone to your website, well, a lot of those people aren't quite ready to talk to you yet. They may not be ready to have a salesperson call them, or they may not be ready to be on your website and buy a new part yet. They may still be researching and checking things out. So offer them what we call a soft conversion option. Look, it's a lot easier for a prospect to make a decision to give you their name and their email address so they can get information than it is to open their hard-earned wallet and give you their money. They'd much rather give you an email address to get information than they would to call up and talk to your salespeople. Because look, none of us want to be advertised to, and no one wants to have salespeople driving us crazy, do we? In fact, we go to great lengths to avoid it. So offer a soft conversion option. Instead of giving them the only option on Facebook of buying from you, or on LinkedIn or anything like that, instead of doing the only option of call me and let me get a sales guy on you or buy, instead of doing that, give them the option to get some information. The particular example that you see here, how to write a book and become a published author. You get 20-step proven method, okay? Trust me, this is from Brian Tracy. You've probably all heard of Brian Tracy. Do you think Brian Tracy wants you to buy his programs and he's got stuff to sell you? Of course he does, okay? Of course he does. However, there are steps. He's going to help lead you along the way. If you along the way find out it's not right, then you're out without any harm. If you want to go further, you can, and a soft conversion is a nice, easy step to lead you along the way. All right, let's go to item number 10, lead nurturing. Man, oh man, is social media absolutely fabulous for lead nurturing. Okay? Now, what is lead nurturing? Well, lead nurturing means we have someone that's identified that they're interested in becoming a customer. Okay? And they haven't become one yet. So that process between expressing interest and becoming a customer, we need to nurture them from the interest level until they're ready to buy. Social media is absolutely fabulous to do that. I can take inquiries and direct them to my Facebook page or to my blog or to my YouTube video page so that they can get more information. They, just as you see there, inform, educate, involve. Inform, educate, and involve. That's what I want to be doing during the lead nurturing phase. Social media is absolutely fabulous for it. If you're using social media and you're putting information on your social media that's relevant and of value, even if your target audience sees that you have specials for your social media audience, those are all good things. Those are all things that will help move them from that prospect stage into the customer phase. Are you aware that there are social media search engines? You can advertise on these social media search engines. You can optimize your sites for them. Bing right now is starting to show social media results and actual search results. And I predict you'll see more of that. Keep in mind, search engines want to show you the most relevant result to what you're looking for. One of the things, you know, my mom always had a saying when I was a kid, birds of a feather flock together. Like people, you and your friends have common interests. So right now, when you search for Mexican restaurants, Bing or Google would like to know what your friends feel about it. Because if you have 80 friends that all like Olive Garden, they're going to make an assumption that, you know, didn't I say Mexican restaurants and then I said Olive Garden? Boy, oh boy, can we tell fever's good with me today. Let's say Italian restaurants, all right? They find that your friends like Olive Garden. The odds are good you might see Olive Garden as your results. And that's going to happen more and more in the next couple of years. So social media, using it and being active on it. I mean, it's already established that if you're using YouTube, I don't know, you're 50 times more likely to be on page 1 of the search results. So using these other channels helps you with natural search engine rankings. You have search engines that are totally devoted to people finding things via social listening and pointing and all these kinds of things, and social proof and validation. These things are going to be becoming more and more prevalent. So being active on search engines, active in social media, helps you with rankings on these search engines, which, as you all know, is a great driver for leads in business. User testimonials are absolutely fabulous. I mean, they are really, really, really cool. And to put user testimonials on your social media are a great thing to do. You'll see one right now from a company called Lyft Support Depot. Really neat. They have thousands of followers on Facebook, all sorts of things. And this is a neat little example of a customer that posted on their page what a great job they did. You see Google user reviews. And you want to do that. You want to encourage your audience to leave reviews on your Facebook page, on Yelp, on Google, everywhere you can. Because these user testimonials within social media channels, they will tremendously increase your online authority, your online search rankings, your ability to be found, and also more people shopping and spending with you, which is what you're looking for. Did you know you can set up a store right on Facebook that people can buy things right while they're there? I showed you a stat to start this off that said 20% of everybody that is on Facebook, well, they prefer, if you have a store, for you to be able to let them buy right from there. Look at what Cabela's does, okay, right before Christmas. Boom, you can click on any of those things and you can buy right from the store. Let me give you another example. Here's an account called Jeepers Creepers. If my slide will advance, Jeepers Creepers, what Jeepers Creepers does, they sell on eBay. They have 8,000 people that follow them on Facebook like crazy, and they're talking Jeeps and wheeling and parts and all of that constantly. And so if I'm on their Facebook page, they'll have hundreds of comments every day. If I'm on their Facebook page and I'm reading something from someone else that has a Jeep in another part of the country and they're talking about a product that I might like, right within Facebook, I can go to the Jeepers Facebook store and I can look and find that product through their eBay inventory. It's very easy. It's very inexpensive. For some of you that are on this call, this makes a lot of sense. Now, if you're thinking, you'll understand not only can I sell stuff off my Facebook page, but I can use lead capture forms. I can ask them to fill out contact forms on Facebook. I can create them in a variety of different styles and approaches, just like I would do on a website. I can also test them to find out what works best. So I have lots of options. I'll give you a little tip. One place you can look at is a place called ShopTab, ShopTab. I think it's shoptab.net. It's either shoptab.net or shoptab.com. go ahead and Google search it. They're one that we've used before. They have an interface platform. It's very inexpensive. It's very easy to use. You can be selling things right off your Facebook page. It's amazing, neat little way on how that will work for you. Follower feedback is absolutely fabulous. Let's take a look at what was written here. What's the one accessory that your truck needs? Okay, we've done things like that where we've gotten hundreds and hundreds of answers. Well, they'll talk about what's the one accessory that is needed. They'll give all these answers, and guess what's the next thing that we're going to promote to that audience? Or what's the one thing you could do without? Okay, it is absolutely fabulous. If you ask your followers questions on social media, it's amazing what kind of information you're going to get. When I ask you, what accessories do you think are really valuable for your truck, the people that are responding are telling me their shopping wish list. One of the things that we did a lot before the holidays was ask, what's the one thing you hope Santa brings you under the tree for your Jeep? Okay, yeah, again, you know, I can see you. Your wheels are clicking right now. Are you asking questions of your social media followers that will help give you an idea of what you can do for them for sales and lead generation? You should be, because it's a wealth of information that you have that's out there that they're just dying to tell you. And here's my last tip that I'm going to share with you in today's webinar. That's be a good neighbor. Within your social media, there are others that are within these communities. You want to be polite. You don't want to be a salesperson. You want to be there to be an informative resource. If you're within LinkedIn and you're offering answers, do that. Your answer is call me. It should not be call me. I have something to sell you. Okay? Be a good neighbor. Provide information. Provide interaction with people. You're going to be amazed at what kind of results you've had. You know, the law of attraction, if you've ever read The Secret, the law of attraction says that what you radiate comes back to you. So if you find things on other people's social media site, you share them with others, and you share them with your audience, well, guess what? Those people are going to be inclined to do the same thing for you. You know, if there's an account that we like to follow or that we're trying to sell or market to in my company, one of the things that we'll start to do is start to leave comments on their Facebook page. I don't know about you guys, but anytime people leave comments on Facebook pages, it's pretty typical behavior to see who these people are, what they're about, all this kind of stuff. All that does is to let them know we're interested. We start to follow them on LinkedIn. We let them know we're interested in who they are and what they're doing. And we do all of that even prior to trying to engage them. Part of it's for our own benefit. We're not right for everybody, just as you probably aren't. So you want to make sure that who you approach or who you're interacting with are good targets for you. Same thing holds true on their part. So showing a little interest before you approach them, absolutely amazing at what you could do. Now, my team and I are going through all the questions that have been submitted in today's session. I'm really glad and grateful for all of them that you have submitted to us today. In February, I'm going to be doing a webinar. It's on February 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the CEO's Guide to Effective Website Performance. I'm going to go through and show you how to tell is your website producing as well as it could. I'm going to give you benchmarking so you have an idea of what typical standards are and performance expectations. So you have an idea, are you getting the right amount of traffic? And more importantly, I'm going to show you, is the traffic that's coming to your website, is it converting into leads and sales the way it should be? We're going to go through common benchmarks. We're going to go through common data and metrics that you should look at as a CEO or an owner or manager to tell you how well things are going. And I'm also going to give you some tips that you can use to get better results out of your website. That's on Thursday, February 7th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, these slides are coming out to you tomorrow. You can go to any of our blogs. Go to any of our blogs. You'll see it's listed there for you to be able to register as well. So we're going to go through that, and I'd be happy to and overjoyed to see you there. My contact information I'm going to leave for you. Any of you that need any help whatsoever, my companies do these kinds of things. We help people like you develop plans and strategies. We help you understand your effectiveness and what you need to do to make it better. We even manage Facebook pages and social media pages for people. The things that you heard me talk about, we do as services for people. So if you have an interest, please feel free to contact me personally. You can call any of our office numbers. My extension is 801. I'd be happy to speak with you. The email addresses that you see on the screen are also valid. I'd be happy to talk to you and help you in any way I can. I believe we've answered every question that was submitted today, and I want to thank you. I'm very grateful for all your attendance. This has been a record webinar for us. We've had more people on it than we've ever had in the past. I'm grateful for your attendance. I'm grateful for your time. I'll look forward to seeing you February 7th. I'm going to walk you through what a CEO and owner should know about their website to get more out of it. I'm Brian Offenberger. I'm going to let you go right now, but go sell some things and have some fun. And most of all, have a great day. Bye now.